In the basement again, making shelves. Proof of concept rather than anything else. Prototype. Bought some inexpensive common pine 1x8s. Bought 3 of them, 6 feet long. There's 2 of them that I clamped together. And there's the other one right there. Haven't gotten to it yet. My idea or my plan is to make a 36-inch tall, 36-inch wide bookshelf with a center shelf that's secured with pocket screws, and pocket screws in the top and the bottom to keep the thing, you know, stable, rigid. And then drill some holes and put some dowels in to put shelves as I wish, various heights. First thing I did was I took my sawhorses and this old door that I have, the hollow core door, has a level spot. Put some scrap wood down. You can see it there. There's another one under there, and there's one under there too. Now I did that, and then I clamped the 2 boards to this workbench. The reason I did that is so that I'd have the ability to cut it in half without the ends falling off. You know, I needed to support both sides, so I put a little gap there between the hollow core door and the boards I was cutting, and I used this saw right here to cut them in half, 36 inches apart. And this is what they look like. So I've got my 2 sides. Either these are the 2 sides or these are the 2 sides, doesn't really matter. And the other 2 sides or tops, that's what they'll be. And then I'll make like a, you know, a rectangular box, a square box. I might trim it down to 3x2, I don't know, I'll have to see. But this is the first step in it. And what did I use? I needed a couple of clamps. I saw a tape measure and a right angle and a pin to mark where I was going to cut it. Most important thing is setup, getting this set up so it's securely clamped down to this flat surface. Then you can just like kind of run your saw right along there and it'll cut it real smooth and straight, and it won't, you know, tear out the ends. If you just let it hang over like a diving board, then when you cut it, of course, it's going to fall off, which is not cool. Again, this is a prototype. Okay, that's the first step. The next step, cut the top and the bottom. 24 inches is what I've selected. So it's going to be 36 inches tall, 24 inches wide, well, 25.5 inches, because the interior shelves are going to be on the no, actually it'll be 24 inches wide, because these are going to be on the top. So this is the dimension of the top, 24 by 36. The interior shelves will be 22.5 inches wide, because you have to account for the width of the side boards, 3/4 of an inch each. Well, anyway, I'm cutting the top boards and the bottom now. Mark my line. Notice I have this light here, that light right there, another one, because I can't see for shit. Since I'm almost damn blind, I have to have a lot of light on something. So I put this little toolbox here on, stacked on some wood. Magnetic base of this light shining right down on what I'm trying to cut. This will help me see it. We'll stick a battery on this little saw and cut this in half. I have it arranged the same way as I did the last one, with 2 supports there, 2 supports there. Gives me some clearance underneath, so the saw blade will clear that and cut it in half. And I won't have any issues, I hope. We'll find out here in just a second. Result, 2 boards, 24 inches wide, cut in half. Double them up and I'll cut it in half. Now this little saw says it'll go through 1.5 inches. And it did, the whole board, except for just maybe a little tiny sliver right here, which I had to trim off. So if you find yourself with that problem with 2 boards, this wasn't really an issue for this one. You can use a bigger saw, but I like the 4.5 inch wide cordless saw because it's so small and light, easy and maneuverable. It's just easier for me to use than the 6.5-inch cordless saw I have. But in any event, you can use either one. If you're going to be cutting a lot of 1x2 or plywood or OSB or something like that, get you one of these saws, because it cuts really great through it. Very smooth cuts. It's a lot lighter than a regular circular saw. If you're working with 1X lumber or plywood or something like that, sheet goods, this is the kind of saw you want. So let me clean all this up. And next, the pocket holes. Press. I have this first joint done with 2 pocket screws down there. And I'll probably regret this, but I didn't glue that up. I just pocket screwed it in there. I read that pocket screws do not need to be glued. But we'll find out about that if this thing falls apart when I put it all together. But that one joint there's weak because it's just one joint. So I have to add another panel there and another panel there, and then get that one ready for the other side, and then put all this together so it's mutually supporting. In order to do that, I've been cutting these. These are the center support shelf, and that's the bottom panel. I'll probably have a 3-inch skirt at the bottom of it, or maybe a 2-inch skirt, but some sort of skirt to denote which one's the bottom. I don't know if I'll make allowance for that in the shelving or not, but I'll figure that out tomorrow. Sure does kick up a lot of sawdust. I'll tell you something, being level is important. This old door is level, but the floor that this sets on is not level. So I was cutting this board in half, and I had it set up so it would just kind of cut right through it, and it jerked on me because it was not totally level. So I got some what's called tear out. Tear out is when, well, a little piece of wood tears out over here on the edge. It's not supposed to. So I just put a little clamp on there and a little glue, drop of glue, to repair that. So this is my little COVID-19 project. And tomorrow I'll get back on it and we'll see how that goes. Okay, the bookshelf is done. At least as far as I'm concerned, except for the back. I've got a piece of plywood I bought at Lowe's for $7. I'll use to make a back for it. Here's what it is. Looks like 3 shelves made out of pine, common board. $10 and change for a 6-foot board at Lowe's. You can see there's the pocket holes. Pocket holes there, on the other side. Pocket holes underneath on each. Pocket holes here and there. And this is just a glue up. That little skirt. I mean, this shelf is pocket hole, but the actual skirt itself is not. Alright, I can focus go. Maybe I lost it with the fog. Who knows? Anyway, a little bit blurry. I think you can see what I'm talking about.